up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
In the course of the game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
Rodgers going to the air to start things out. He's got a man open. It's caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball is going to come out to the 40. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. We'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Hey, can.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Well, look at the Steeler defense. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Boswell for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Here we go. 48-yard line. 11 MT tight. 11 MT tight. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. That's caught. Andre Yoshibas. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Andre Yoshibas, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Now runs straight ahead with Warren. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Throwing is Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Warren. And he's out of bounds. Able to take this one up to the 35. On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Here's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Brown.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
Burrow will throw. This one complete to Yoshibas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A gain of 12
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
11. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
11, Thomas. 12.
Burrow looking to pass. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You look at the Steeler defense.
Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if we can get to it.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. A short throw there, pulled in by all. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 36-yard line. Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
To the air again, Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down. The Bengals at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard. And they played well all 3 phases of the game. I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
11. Gun.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
What's your set? 11, Thomas. 180. 12, 12, 12. Stop.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On the give, it's Warren. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
26.
Now Rodgers. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. McPherson now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Austin brings in the quick throw.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
Here we go.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamal Chase, 61 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Now, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your turkey ball games, isn't it? Just go along, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Now it's Rodgers. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals, JD.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, had a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room. It translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Flexing his muscle at the 30.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing now is Rodgers. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the
Boston, the man in motion left.
A handoff for Warren. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. The center receiver in motion to the left.
first down.
Right back to him on first down. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. That's a microcosm of how it's gone for their rushing game so far this year. 29th in the league on the ground.
Yeah, it's a great illustration of what we're seeing because these problems go back to the offensive line. You can't give guys free access to your backfield. Can't let these free runners come and get them because free runners turn into free hitters.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
319. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Here's Rodgers. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
14 yards. First down, Steelers.
They'll run it. One. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Slot man moves right. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
What is that?
Now it's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. Fighting ahead at the 15. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Oh, now a running play here with Smith. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Rodgers now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one, because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
second and 1 at the 15.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. This time they stay on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Here's Ryan Rico now.
Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
when they went to the tunnel with a lead, they come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
11.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Gun.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man is Yoshibas. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
It's just set. Well, hey, can. 11.
Now it's Burrow. He wants it all for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Hey, take 26.
To throw is Rodgers. Down the field, he's got one. And he's brought down.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
50.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Steelers.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Warren. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also have those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
The Steelers 1st First down.
Now a run and one.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Throwing is Rodgers.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
DK Metcalf.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Looking deep here for Chase.
He's got it at the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 51 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Here's Burrow.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A 9-yard touchdown there.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McPherson on for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
That's the score. Bengals 42. Steelers 21. Evan McPherson with the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means he'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
158.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
50. Hey, you block over here.
Boston, the man in motion left. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's another Steelers first and goal at the 4-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Rodgers to throw once more. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
In motion right is the running back. Second down and goal. Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ben Skoranek with his second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And this is going to be stuffed out. The Bengals recover. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A very rare kickoff return on an onside kick. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead now of 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. On the run, it's Warren. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Right, 11, 11, 11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. His throw incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
11, MT, take. 180.
Burrow looking to pass. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. It's complete to Brown, right side. Calling a gain of a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. That is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good.
Those always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Burrow will throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Steelers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
6:30. 3:19. Hey, 6:26.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Hey, 88.
At the 10-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to have a lead at their own 15. Well, and field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
A short throw there pulled in by all. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
11. Shot. 180. 20 shot. 12. 11. Shot.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Burrow. And Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Warren not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. The slot man in motion right. Throwing now is Rodgers. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They will run for it with Gainwell. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The RPO, he'll keep it himself. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 1-1, ready? Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. Now it's Burrow. Looking downfield, he's got all the tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Well, the Bengals are looking